Hello, my name is Sean Policino. I'm a realtor in the Los Angeles area, and I have a real estate team that stretches into Dallas and Massachusetts. So if you're watching this information, we are a full service real estate company, and I'm going to go over some secrets today, the 3 secrets you need to know in order to give you an advantage as a seller in today's market. So I hope you like the information. We'll get you on the other side of this quick introduction. Hello, thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 secrets you need to know as a home seller in today's market, really any market. If you take these 3 tips in consideration when you are negotiating your sales price of your home, you will have an advantage over the rest of the sellers, because most sellers don't do any training. They don't do any research on what they need to do as a seller. As an agent, as your agent, it's my job to help guide you. But if you already know as a seller how to strategically price your home in the market of the moment, that's going to give you an advantage. So I'm hoping that these seller tips, and you can click below for your free guide on the home seller negotiation secrets. So let's get right into it. My name is Sean Policino, and I am the owner of the Policino Real Estate Team. We function as a full service real estate team in Los Angeles, from San Diego all the way up to Bakersfield, as well as Dallas, Texas, the Dallas area, Dallas Metropolitan, the Triangle, and as well as Boston, south of Boston in Massachusetts. As EXP, we have a virtual brokerage with members all over the country and in 22 countries with 84,000 team members. So we can service you really in any area. But I live in the Los Angeles area, so you'll hear me make reference to Los Angeles, and that's why. So today is a very competitive market. Lots of sellers out there need a competitive advantage. And so I believe that if you download this link here for this free guide on tips, I'm just going to cover kind of highlight the points, tips on to be 100% organized and qualified, the questions to ask, what's up for negotiation in your mind as a seller, as well as negotiating tips. So let's talk first about to be 100% organized. This is one of the 3 things that I want to make sure you understand as a secret to the seller. First, you're going to need to have a leg to know what leg you're going to stand on in the negotiation. You need to have your ducks in a row ahead of time. Sit down with your wife, sit down with whoever's making the decision with you on selling the home or the investment property, whatever is motivating you to sell. Set the right home price. I can tell you that many sellers, especially in a market today where it seems that sellers can get whatever they want, they set their price sometimes at a price that doesn't cause the home to sell. So picking the price is really important. I like to tell my sellers, my clients, that there's really 3 things that make a home sell. There's the marketing, which is my job as your agent. There's the marketability, and then there's the price. There's really those 3 things. The marketability is when people come to see the home, you got to make it available for them. You got to make it smelling good, bright inside with the blinds open and the lights turned on and the home ready to be to be viewed by a prospective buyer. I can't tell you how many homes that I show where the seller hasn't taken any real pride in making sure that the home is ready to be shown. We call it staging, making sure the home is staged. Some sellers light candles, some sellers, put cookies in the oven before or bake a pie before, so that when you come in, the home actually smells like that. So have your home ready to show. That's important. Tips to be 100% organized and approved. Know your responsibilities as a seller and have terms in mind in advance. Most sellers today are putting a price on the home to try to stretch every dollar out of what they can get for that home, and that's fine. But have an idea what your bottom line is. Have an idea what you're willing to concede on and what concessions you might be willing to give, or what areas that you might be able to work with the buyer on. Knowing this in advance will give you an advantage. Some key ideas: set your list price based upon current comps provided by your realtor. So take the advice of your realtor, looking at the comparables, and have an actual strategy, whether that's a pricing it at the current market value, so that when the home, it's going to take longer for the home to sell, but you know that when the right buyer comes through, and that you're going to need to get activity, enough buyers coming through the property so that somebody makes you an offer. That is a strategy in itself. Another strategy is an auction strategy where you price it low, 5 to 10% below what you believe the home to be worth. And the idea there is that you're going to generate more buyers, a frenzy around the price, and you're going to have more showings, more activity. It's going to sell quicker, and that price will probably get bid up 5 or 10%, maybe 11, 12, or 15%. So you end up with an actual higher price using the auction strategy. And I believe that strategy to be the prevailing strategy today in the market. So use open houses to foster the competition, virtual or in person, depending upon the current conditions. Obviously, we're open to everything. As your agent, I'm open to whatever means necessary. Although in an open house, typically the house sells to the person walking in only 1% of the time. It's very low. And so you have to understand that we use this to gauge the competition, to get feedback from buyers, not always to sell the home. We try to, obviously, but that typically, those clients that typically walk in are not looking at that price range. They're not looking for, they need more bedrooms. They didn't realize the price when they walked in. And so it's not the most efficient way to sell, but it is used to gauge, what the feedback is and what the competition is. What are these buyers out seeing when they're out of the market? So use counteroffers with expiration dates. Of course, when you're making a counteroffer, you can slim down your contingency periods. You can if you're looking to buy another home and you need time in between, and you need a rent back, you need a buyer that's going to cooperate with that. So use the counteroffer to gauge those areas that you feel you can maximize your situation. It's not always about the price, right? You might have an offer that comes in with a very small down payment at a higher price, and a property that's all cash at a lower price that is guaranteed to close in a shorter time frame. So maybe the cash is king in this case, even though it's not going to maximize your sale price. It's going to give you the confidence that it's going to close on time. So it depends on your unique situation. So talk to your realtor about the different options for counteroffers and concessions. This is definitely part of a key idea in the number one item here, which is tips to be 100% organized and approved. That's strategy number one. So strategy number two is ask questions to the participating lenders. The questions to ask. So when you get an offer, what do you ask the lenders that are saying that they've qualified this buyer? There are specific questions. The seller needs to know, who are you negotiating with? What is their financial position? So in other words, we do a offer comparison when we get multiple offers, and we'll compare the different financing types, down payment types, contingency periods, all associated with the financing. And just like I gave you an example before, somebody that is a cash offer that's slightly lower might be the better way to go. Or maybe the higher offer, you want to understand the financing terms before you accept that highest offer. So what strategic concessions are you willing to make? Know in advance as a seller what you're willing to do, and if there's any wiggle room there. So what comps, other home for sale that's sold in the last 6 months, or an active comp. These are homes, what we call comps, are homes that have sold or are on the market. The ones on the market are your competition. The ones that have sold is basically give you an idea of what those homes sold for, and what the appraisal might be based off of. So understand where the price is in relation to the potential for appraisal issues. Sorry about that. Let me just quiet that there. What do you have to negotiate with? Understand, is it the price? Could you, like we talked about, rent back? Could you negotiate with a rent back? Could you negotiate with the time to close? Could you negotiate with the shorter contingency periods? These are all things that you can negotiate with. And what are the non-negotiables? You need to understand what are the non-negotiables in this deal that you're not willing to negotiate with. 3 goals as a seller is to create a bidding war. As your agent, I'm going to help you create this as well, is to create a bidding create a bidding war, can't speak today, drive urgency, and make the most amount of money possible. Item number 3 here, strategy number 3 here is what's up for negotiation. Here's some key categories: price, contingencies, terms, occupancy, furniture. Are you willing to negotiate your furniture? Are you willing to negotiate on repairs when they get requested? Are you willing to negotiate for equipment or tools that might be there on the property? Are you willing to negotiate closing costs, and what fees are negotiable? So these are some of the key categories where you might consider negotiating on. Sometimes negotiations will occur after the inspection period. So just know that once the price is set and the escrow is opened, or your title order is opened with your attorney in your state, then that's not the end. The negotiations might continue after negotiations. If essential repairs are identified, these can be included in the negotiation in the home price or closing costs. Okay, so the last and final thing is some negotiating tips. The basics: know how to receive the offer and what your options are. And if you're with a good realtor like myself or my team, we will put these things, we will give you your options up front so that you'll be very comfortable when the offers actually finally come through the negotiation process, as well as in a multiple offer situation. We will set you up for success with an offer comparison sheet that is simple to understand, but highlights the key points of differentiation between these multiple offers that you're looking at. It can be very confusing. So set the bottom line price that you will accept so that when you get to this point, you already know, okay? Remember, the price is not everything. Set the intentions and the goals for your negotiations ahead of time. Understand contingency clauses and understand all the points of the offer. These are the tips. Negotiations will happen through your realtor, who plays a vital role in this. So make sure your realtor partner, and if you're interested in need services like real estate advice, you can schedule below with my calendar link. You can call us at the number listed below, 818-338-8787, and that's anywhere in the country. We can set you up with one of our 84,000 partners. We are one of the top real estate companies, the fastest growing real estate company in history. And like I said, we're in 22 countries, 84,000 agents strong. So give us a call. We can set you up with somebody in your state. YouTube is obviously a big channel. This video could be viewed anywhere. And just know we're here to help you, set you up with a strong team to help you through the negotiation process as a seller. Click below for this free guide, all the information I just shared with you in a PDF format, no strings attached. Click the link below to get your free PDF download. And I look forward to helping you in your next real estate transaction. My number one business focus always is building relationships with people so that I can help you buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate. Much like the relationship you have with your insurance person or your doctor, when you need them, you know where to go. If you want to make home improvements, you need to refinance a loan, you need just some advice on whether you should stay in the home or upgrade or downgrade or whatever your situation is, give us a call. We'd love to be that trusted real estate resource for you. And we will see you again on the next video.